Texas, and right behind me, guys, we got the guys. We are installing a Samsung Hilux. This is a 3-ton. It's a dual fuel outdoor high efficiency inverter system. This one here gets around 18 and a half SEER2. If you guys don't know what the Samsung Hilux is, check out our other videos here. Go look at, we've done full videos on these Samsung side discharge units. These are like the Amana S that you've seen us install multiple times. It's a slim side discharge unit. That means the air comes out this way, guys. And we are out here in Lewisville, Texas. We got Mr. Carter. We got Mr. Juan himself, aka Mr. Turkey himself, faded up.
Sure.
Mr. Carter, how's it going? How's it going?
What's going on? We're doing a pressure
You're the.
test right now.
This is your baby here. You done.
My baby.
You came out here. Tell the Prime family here live when you came out.
Hey, look,
Let me put this around here so that you can talk to them, man. Tell them what happened here. What made you go down this path, and why did the customer like to go with the Samsung Hilux?
Man, great questions right here. Okay, so first off, we get a call from the customer, and one thing about us, speed is everything. We showed up right when he wanted us to. All right, 11:55 right on the dot. He let us know last night that his
Speed.
he let us know last night that his unit never cut back on. It would say cooling, cooling, cooling. The air handler would start, but when he walked outside, nothing. Okay, so that could be a multitude of things, guys. But as soon as I got here, I made sure that one, he had voltage outside, right? After storms that we had out here in Texas, you got to check that. And then number two, I said, let me look at it. Capacitor, contactor, what could it be, right? So I checked all of those things. All of those were good. So I said, it's either the fan that won't start up or it's the compressor. Pulled out my Meg. Boom, boom. Megged it out. It's bad. Basically, his unit had a heart attack. So what do you do when you have a heart attack? You get a new body. That's what you can do when you're working in the HVAC space, okay? So he elected to go down that path because it was a Goodman that worked for about 13 years, guys. He got his worth out of it, but he elected to go this route with the Samsung. He did just get a new air handler on the inside, right? So with that being said, we have to find something that's compatible for him. And here it is, the Samsung 410A slimline unit, all right? This is an alternative unit that we use to our Amana S series, and it works just as good if you're into that. So that's how we got here, guys.
Let's show them. And by the way, YT Fox Focal, how you doing? Thank you for tuning into the live. Appreciate the comment. Hi. Let's flip this around here. Card, if you want to show them, I got the camera now, so tell them about the Samsung Hilux. Tell them what makes it so special and why it's so compatible.
So what makes the Samsung Hilux so special, guys, is that it's compatible. I'm gonna give boss a second. All right, it's compatible with what you already have. So if you guys don't have anything else, Linux, Train, any of those other units, right, and you're looking for something outside and a condenser that's gonna work with it, look no further than this. It comes with an adapter, and I'll show that off in a second, but more importantly, it gives you the variable speed capabilities that everybody's been wanting, right? No more running at 100%. We're running on demand now, and that's going to save your energy bill tremendously, okay? But this is the cool thing about it. We got two fans. Slow, quiet compressor, okay? It's a swing compressor, is that correct? Swing compressor in here. So it's made to modulate up and down, again, based on demand. All right. It also has reversing valve in here. So if you already had a heat pump, you can keep your heat pump without just making it a straight cool, guys. This guy actually had a straight cool, but now we turned this thing into a heat pump. All right. So that's another beautiful ability of the Samsung Hilux.
One of the viewers here is commenting for you. He says, wow, looks awesome, but is it so difficult to install, or is it difficult? That's what he's asking.
It's not difficult to install. If you know any professional, they can have it put in for you. And if you know us, I mean, I was the first person, humble brag in Grand Prairie that put it in when we started doing these. So
if you haven't, hold on a second. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, go back to a year and a half ago, where we did our very first. It was the Samsung Max.
Yeah, it was the Max.
The Max, and the Max is pretty much the same as the Hilux, but it was for a ductless system. And then after that install, they came out with the ducted version, which is the Samsung Hilux. And yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. Right now, the guys are pressure testing it. Wait. Dump it out this way so it doesn't. Wait.
Yeah, bring me that.
Letting all the nitro out. Right here we got two 5/16 core removers, guys. So the guys remove the core that's inside of here. We put our core remover tools in here so that we can hook up both of our vacuum hoses. That'll allow us to pull a vacuum much quicker. And remember, time is what we're after here. We've got to make sure we install these units at a reasonable time here. So having the proper tools is so important. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in. If you're watching this live right now, we're out here in Lewisville, Texas, where the guys are installing a Samsung Hylex. We have had a super busy day today. We've had all the crews out. We have been in Dallas, where the guys are doing a complete S-Series R32. Then we had a team in Argyle, where they're doing a Daikin mini split R32. Then we've had a couple teams in Flower Mound doing a colon condenser. We have the team here in Lewisville doing the Samsung. And then one more team is out in Grand Prairie, where they're doing a line set. So they're a line set repair on that one. And then the service department, man, you guys had a day today, huh?
Yeah, we did have a day today, man. We just rocking.
Shout out your service department, man. Who's in the service department?
I want to say big shout out to me.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go.
That's right.
Let's go.
Big shout out to me. Big shout out to Kobe. Big shout out to Anthony and the newcomer to the group. Big shout out to Joe. Okay, he rocked him one second day.
Second day into it, man. The service department is having a field day. But it's easy to have a field day, guys, when you do the job right, when you make the correct diagnosis, and when you provide customer service above all. Customer service above all. That's what they focus on. Let me show you guys here. They got the line set ran. Now we typically put our filter dryer inside, but inside of this unit, man, there is just no space. It's a wall unit. If you guys know what a wall unit looks like, no space to put that in there. We do have our surge protector. This is the brand that we use. We do have our breaker panel, our breaker, and our new disconnect that we put to these units. And let me show you here. This is our vacuum. The hoses, we're looking for the hoses. Check this out. This is we run our own conduit, our own connectors, and our high voltage. And in these high voltage wires here, we do have our O-ring connectors, and then they get cramped into this wire right here, and then they get installed to here, right here. Now these units, the Samsung Hylex, what makes them really easy to install and compatible across all equipments out there is that it only uses 2 wires for the outdoor unit. This is what helps communicate the brains here to the indoor unit as well. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. Let's hop into Carter's service van. Let's see what he's looking for over there. The weather, guys, is starting to get a little bit cooler as the evening gets closer to us, but it's going to get hotter. What's up, Mr. Carter?
What's going on?
Just doing a quick little van tour.
Oh, yeah.
It's looking nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
A little wear and tear on the day, guys, but other than that, it's nice. This is how you're supposed to keep your service van, guys. Now, I know what's going on. If anybody ever hopped in here, they would too. But again, guys, I keep everything, and I do inventory at night. Also clean up later at night because everything shifts when I'm driving. If you're out here in this Dallas traffic,
That's right.
I don't know. People just drive crazy. But I got everything you need in here. If you haven't seen our video before of the van, this is that van. And I have it. So, you know, I love this van, man. I love this van. I can stand up and I can show it off.
Yes, sir.
This is my van.
What's that? Nice. Nice. typical Samsung Hilix installation takes anywhere from, if everything lines up perfect, about 4 to 5 hours. But typically it's around 6 to 8, give or take, especially if we're doing a lot of work on the inside unit. Let me show you guys here. Hey Carter.
Yes, sir.
We got to get the O-ring connectors so that we can, yep, yes sir. And then let's set up this vacuum.
That's good. I got some. Okay. O-ring, how many? We need 3. Yeah. Go ahead, start over here.
Here, let's do this one. Let's put, no, that's okay right there. That's good. Yeah. And we got the big hose.
Now you owe me that. Okay.
We got a Ghost Samurai 1925. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, I appreciate the comment. He says, "Are these more efficient than the traditional style air conditioning units?"
Absolutely, and here's why. I want you to think about it like this. A single stage is going to blow that cold air 100% at you in hopes that, one, it cools you off and cools your home off in the time that it takes. All right, there's no math behind that. If you just blow something hard enough, it's going to cool down. The science behind this, guys, the variable speed is, we're not working off, go ahead, we're not working off 100% efficiency, not 100% anymore. Okay, we're moving in stages. All right, and that is what's going to make this variable speed. So it's working on demand. So if you wanted to go from 75 to 74, we're not going to throw 100% at you anymore. We're going to coast, get there, while removing humidity. That is one of the biggest factors, so that you can make 74 feel like 71 if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. That's a great way. Yeah. So these units, just like Carter said, they operate on running longer periods of time throughout the day, which then that means they remove humidity better and allows that system, or the indoor temperature and how it feels, to be definitely a lot cooler than your traditional ones. This also is 18.5 SEER rating. So definitely more efficient than your traditional standard 14 SEER unit.
See, he got it. Why not?
All right, guys. Right now, Jaden, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Fire, yes, sir. We agree. These units are fire.
All good. I got it.
Let me flip the. We got the vacuum running. We are slowly creeping down before we open up this ballast. Now we are trying to get every vacuum that we do here. The idea is that we get this down to 250 microns. That's what we want to get to. That ensures that we've removed all moistures, pretty much all contaminants, anything that's in there. And that really ensures that we have a really tight seal on all the copper connections. So let's see, we got a question here. Oh, one more question. Ghost Samurai said, are these durable? Guys, these are very durable. We've installed probably in the last 2 years, I want to say we've probably installed a little bit over 100 of these. Now primarily we do, Amana, we do the side discharge equipment. This has been a great product for our customers, especially for the customers that's not looking to replace the entire package. So it's been very durable. We've had knock on fake wood, guys. We've had zero issues with them. We've had one unit that came with a bad inverter board back here, but easy, swapped the board out, and we were back to business. Everything else has been very good. This is not Jaden. Yeah, this is not 454. This is still 410A. This is going to be 454. So Samsung partnered up. If I believe they partnered up with Lennox now. So their whole Samsung division is going to be partnered with Lennox. So they're going with 454B. But we still have the 410A equipment, like the one that's right behind me. And we have all of this year to continue to offer it to our customers. And then Michael said, he's right. You put one in my house last week and it caught on fire. No. Oh.
Michael.
Jaden, yes sir. Yes sir. Michael. Michael, come on, Michael.
Come on, Michael.
Come on. Let's see. Jemima said, hey, what's up? Shout out from Alabama. What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. We got a viewer from Alabama.
Hey, that's my neck of the woods.
Let's go. Where are you from originally?
Mississippi.
Woo! Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. Right now we got this on a vacuum. Let me flip the camera. We're about to drop this into the second gear, guys, but we got to get under 1,000 microns. And we are 929. I can't tell. Yes, sir. We are. Here we go. Boom. All right, let's see. Jemima said, in Alabama, we always say thank God for Mississippi because it's slightly worse. No, come on, man.
You guys are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. All right? Shout out to Georgia. Shout out to Alabama.
Yeah.
I see y'all on here enjoying the stream, guys. Again, we're putting in Samsung Slimline unit, man.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, by the way, Ivan Hernandez. Hey, what's up, Ivan? Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Go Samara says, Fettyville, Georgia, here enjoying your stream. Hey, from Georgia, man.
That's it.
Let's go. Appreciate you guys.
Also the negative word.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Man, it's been a crazy day today, guys. Putting in a Samsung Snook line. What was that? Not sure. What do you mean? To ask us again? What are you looking for? We'll show it to you. Did you guys hear how the vacuum definitely went down in decibels once we opened up the ballast, dropped it down?
Show you that main screen. There you go.
Hey, hold on a second.
Oh.
Jemima says, what are you doing to that poor man's house?
Nah.
We upgrading it?
We're upgrading. This rich man's house. That's what we're doing. Not a poor man here.
If you guys don't know, these heat pumps also do qualify for a lot of tax incentive rebates, local energy efficiency rebates as well. As long as you guys are installing anything higher than 17 SEER, most markets, most electric providers will provide some kind of incentives. Where we live at, in North Texas, in Denton specifically, they have a really great program for consumers that are upgrading their heat pumps. And let's see, Ivan said, how many heads? Ivan, this is not a mini split. You wouldn't be wrong to guess, but this is
Got a mini split video.
this is a ducted system. So your traditional ducted system, this goes into an air handler that's inside, and as long as the air handler has a thermal expansion valve, aka a TXV, these units are compatible with that. And let's see, can that keep up with the sweat heat of Mississippi?
Yes, it can.
Now these Samsung units, guys, this is a cold climate rated heat pump. That means that these really are designed for up north, where people really utilize the heat and they need full capacity, especially when it gets to that single digits, like let's say 5 degrees or below. So having them up here or down here in North Texas where we're at, these things are super efficient, and they're very great dehumidifiers. So if you guys know, inverter style systems, they run longer throughout the day, and while it's doing that at a lower speed, it's able to dehumidify the air, which then makes it feel a lot crispier inside the house. Jaden said, is this dual fuel? Yes, sir. This is dual fuel. Let me flip it around.
I said, what's your 1 and 2?
Let's check it out.
Red is
So
one.
we got a reversing valve right here. And this unit here from the factory comes as a heat pump. Now you can set it up as a straight cool. Let's say you pair this up with a gas furnace and an A coil, or let's say you pair this up, you know, with anything, but you don't want to run the heat pump. You can then program it here on the main programming of this board. You can switch up the settings and make it straight cool. But this one here is going to be set up as a dual fuel, since the customer inside has an electric air handler. If you guys don't know, electric air handlers use a lot of electricity to produce the heat. So having a heat pump definitely saves the wallet during the winter months. And a heat pump like this one, which is cold climate rated, means that it's able to produce more heat, hotter heat, at a shorter time, which then means the customer doesn't have to run so much his electric unit. So check this out, guys. Oh, Jaden said you got that surge protector too. I see fire.
Yes, very fire, Jaden. We're gonna make sure we don't.
Why do we got a surge
fires.
protector, man?
We get some crazy weather here in North Texas, and we want to protect the investment. If anybody just spent, you know, this investment, they just spent money on this. Why would you not give them some insurance? And it's nothing to put a surge protector on this unit to make sure that it stays safe.
Yep. Guys, this is important right here. We have this is so critical that we install our O-rings and we crimp them down nice and tight. You don't want to just shove that wire in there. Jaden said, salute.
Salute to a real one, Jaden.
Right now they're running the low voltage. Check out the new install shirts. Black, huh? Black logo. I haven't said, where's your vac at so far?
730.
Let's take a look. We dropping 728 there. Might have to swap out the, oh yeah. Yeah, let's get this thing nice and level too, because sometimes the oil, I can see the oil kind of on that side. Yeah. What do you think? Different?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got the gravel. We got the concrete pad. The guys bolted it down. It's not going anywhere.
I decided I want it.
No more? Hey, Carter.
Hey,
Homeowner doesn't want it anymore, man.
you don't want it anymore?
No, sir.
You don't want cool air, sir?
Hey, Jaden said the gravel looks nice.
I like Jaden.
What's that?
I said I like Jaden.
Yeah, yeah. Almost at the finish line. Yep. It's a lot quicker when you have 5 guys working at it. Yeah, yes, sir.
It's a lot of work even in there, really. Wiring it. You know what wiring.
Yeah.
Wow, trip.
So that wire they're working on right now, that's the high voltage. So they're making sure that's nice and crimped down, nice and tight. And then they got the low voltage. And then once this vacuum here, once this finishes, man, we'll be blowing cold air here shortly enough. You know. No hope here. No hope, no sir. Carter, you hoping that this works or not?
I know.
Jeff, thank you so much for tuning in and asking that question. Yes, check it out. This is the surge protector here. This is the most common surge protector we put on all of our, pretty much on all of our systems, specifically the inverter. It's very important here. And you said, how do you specify the electrical branch circuit requirements? Very important. You know, one, you got to know how to wire these things up. Um, you never want to double nut them or put them in the same lug nut. You want to have your own wire nut to your own single individual wire into the load side of the unit, and then run your electrical all the way back down to the actual unit. So you want to try to protect this, all of this right here. And then Ivan said, me and my co-worker working on a leak on a cooler unit at Danny's. Ivan, holy cow, man, you're in the commercial space, man. That's definitely something different, man. I hope you guys find the leak, by the way.
Can I put it in the museum? No, sí, para que no mira. Ah, está. No, we did. I guess it didn't need this out here. Yeah, we got the power too.
All right, guys, we got the vacuum at 665. She's dropping. Carter, what do you think, man?
Hey.
Should we break it? Run some new nitro again?
If we get the 500 and we don't go no further, absolutely.
Nice.
Here at Prime, we go 250.
What's the point of doing the nitro test, flushing it, making sure we get below 250? Why do we do that so much? Why do we talk about it and stress about it so much?
We stress about it so much because we want to make sure that there are no contaminants left in your line set. That's the quickest way to take out a unit and a compressor, okay? You want to have a good vacuum, you want to know that it has integrity, and you want, as soon as you release the new refrigerant, you want to have a clean space for it to flow and move, okay?
Yep.
So that's why we stress that here.
Yep, that's good.
It's just pulling all the old stuff
Terry, do you get that a lot?
When I first moved here, there wasn't any traffic. This is traffic all over this place now. You know, because you got flower mail, all that growing. And,
Yeah.
I mean, this is constant. That's why they need it. You're going to have a tough time selling the house because bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Right in the street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have good windows, it's hard to all day and all night. I know it's all day and all night. And then, like, 407, it's like a highway.
It is like a highway.
And everybody runs these lights, too.
Oh,
Whatever it is. Yeah.
accidents here too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
One of the cool things about this unit, aside from everything that we just talked about, since it is a heat pump, on the bottom of this pan right here, on the bottom of this unit here, there's an actual coil, and it heats up in the wintertime. In the wintertime, when the unit goes into defrost mode and the ice is built up, let them finish drilling that brick, and then I'll explain it to y'all. So in the wintertime, when the system is going into defrost mode and we have a lot of ice or water that's building on the bottom and it gets cold, well, that bottom will start to ice up. And so you got to have something there to help melt it. Now the coil itself will defrost, but now this Samsung Hylex has a nice coil on the bottom pan, and that turns on, and it allows all that ice to melt and drain out. Ivan said, is that a cement pad? Yes, sir. It is a heavy, heavy concrete pad here, guys. This thing ain't going anywhere, and our guys bolt every unit down to it here.
Sooner or later, y'all gonna have self-sufficient.
Hey, if you guys are tuning in, thank you guys so much for everybody that's tuning into this live. We appreciate all of the viewers, all the comments, guys. Keep asking the questions, anything you want, anything in your mind. Let me know and we'll answer the questions. Showing you the guys. Check this out. Look at the attention to detail here, guys. Nice and straight lines. You know, the customer here, not only does he want this unit to work, be efficient, you know, keep his house nice and cool, nice and warm, but this is his home, and this is on the side of the house right here. So you got to make sure that these units not only perform good, but they look good. You know, you got to have a little bit of curb appeal, and you definitely have to have good workmanship. That means, let me flip the camera around. We got to have our clean lines. We got to have everything nice and secure. You know, the city here that where we are working at, a couple of things that they look for. Number one is that we have all of our low voltage and high voltage and conduits at all times. They also want to see that we have our UV Armorflex, this little insulation tube that goes on the suction line, that has to be UV rated. They want to see that we have our disconnects. They want to see that we have the proper size breaker that goes to this unit. You don't want to oversize them or undersize them. They have to be specifically sized for that unit. In case this compressor, the electrical components, whatever happens, it trips that breaker there. You want to have a nice foundation with nice gravel, and then you want to have a solid pad that you can sit that unit. That's just the bare minimum, guys. The rest of the stuff, you know, keeping it clean, keeping it symmetric, keeping it in the middle level, making sure that, check this out, making sure that the distance from this corner to the brick is even across. That's all the little things that matter. Again, when the customer elects to trust us with a work like this, not only are they looking for the system that works good, but they want to make sure that whoever installs it does a really great job, you know, and that's very important to us, the trust that our customers place in us, and that's why we go above and beyond. Right now, what time is it, Carter?
It is 6:12.
6:12 in the evening, right?
Yes.
Everybody's out here to ensure that we get this customer up and running as quickly as possible. Now, speed is important, but cutting corners is not. And I think that's one of the great things that I love about our team here, is that we perform at a high level, at high speed, but we do everything efficiently, and we take our time to ensure that it comes out great. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 20 years.
20 years.
20 years. If you guys already know who this guy is. You guys seen him for years and years, man. Every time I see you, you look like you're getting more hair, though, man.
I know.
Huh? Where
Hey guys, look,
You're getting more hair. I'm losing more hair. What's going on here, man?
you know how we do it, Carter. You know, like if we get this car, we make sure the customer feels great. Because look, right now it's real hot over here, man, in Dallas. Texas. You know, y'all know how it is in Texas. So we have to take care of our customers, man.
That's right, man.
That's how it is.
That's right.
That's how Prime is.
Hey, let's go. Yes, sir.
Well done, man.
How you feeling, man?
I feel
How you
my
feeling,
hand.
huh?
All right.
You remember when Carter first started here?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Huh?
He still not got the 20 years like me, but
I don't have the 20, but I'm on my way. I got
That's
two.
right.
that's right.
That's
man.
right. Let's see. Ivan said, nice. Sometimes we use the plastic ones. Man, Ivan, we have never ever used the plastic one, man. So nothing wrong with that, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. We've just long time ago we did a handful of those, and what we've come to find out is sometimes, as you know, you're brazing, you gotta be careful, number one, but if you're brazing and the little driblet falls, it'll burn the plastic. And then polyester plastic over time has gotten a lot better, but it used to be where it would bow, you know. So we've made the decision, every install that we do, whether it's a side discharge or whether we're going with a traditional cube style unit, every install that we do gets a concrete pad. Guys, check this out. I mean, this thing is 3 inches heavy. How heavy is the pad?
It takes two of us to lift it. You're not gonna lift it by yourself, okay? I don't care how strong you are either. It's about 350.
Yep.
Solid.
And one of the things is over the years we've developed with this, we've partnered up with amazing vendors that specifically make these concrete pads, you know, so we have them pre-made. They take time to cure, they take time to pallet up, and then they get delivered to our warehouse. And that's what we use, guys. And again, it just ensures one more thing that we can ensure that makes these units sit leveled, sit sturdy, and not have any issues. That's the game here. Where are we at?
575.
575. What do you think?
I'm debating it. I'm debating it right now. I
Okay.
just want to see how far we'll go.
Okay. Okay. All right. What's the lowest micron you've pulled so far this year?
Me, just me.
Yeah.
The install team.
Well, you because the installers first, you and then the installers. What's the lowest one you've seen so far?
Lowest I've pulled this year is 199. All right.
Wow.
Y'all are gonna be very impressed with the next number. The lowest that one of the install teams have pulled is 98.
That's insane.
It was ready to crumple upon itself.
That had to be a new line set though.
Oh man,
Huh?
fresh line set.
Fresh
Nothing
line set?
ever had been in there.
Yeah.
New vacuum.
They had a new vacuum too.
New hose. I mean, everything was.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
Right,
New system, right? Like nothing's ever touched that line at all.
At all.
What about you, Turkey? What's the lowest you've ever gotten it down to?
To be honest, like 190 something.
190, right?
190.
That seems to be the going when everything kind of lines out 190. Yeah.
I'd like to add 199 one hose.
Okay. Okay.
No
Double hose does
It's cheating.
it does take it. It does take it. Yeah.
Cheating.
Oh, this is a great question right here. Hold on. Croissant, thank you for joining. That's his name, Croissant. Thank you for joining the live, man, and I appreciate the engagement. We have a question here. He says, "How do you change your how often do you change your vacuum pump oil?"
It's a great question. Me,
You got the answer?
yeah, I was about to say every install. You know, that's a great answer too. Probably every 2 installs. We might have 2 in a day, guys. We're rocking and rolling.
Gotta be real, right?
Gotta be real. We're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Might be every 2 installs.
Let me
After
ask.
everyone.
How about like one that you man, that you know is just a lot of stuff in the lines. Like you'll know it right away, right?
Hit on
The
the
oil
spot.
when you take that oil out, doesn't it look like brown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, change that on the spot.
Jeff, let's see. Jeff says nice install. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it. Cement pad is excellent. ESP for
Sure.
high winds. That's right. Speaking of line sets,
Sure.
have you guys ever had any installs where you put a permanent set of gauges on the lines so customers can monitor over time? No, we've never
Never heard
seen that. But let me tell you something real quick. Not the Samsung, but the Amanas, the ones that we do. The great thing about those units is that they tell us the pressures through the cloud services. So we're able to log in, we're able to see the suction pressure, liquid pressure, we're able to see the subcool, the superheat. It's like having gauges without having to hook up to it. And that's only a technology that's offered through the Amanas, the Daikin Fits, the ones that we do. On this one's here, you still have to come in, you still have to hook up your gauges to it. So that's why we do this process here, to ensure that we don't have to come back and worry about any kind of issues that we might have missed here. Thanks for the question, by the way. Oh, it's got a message from the service manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe's out going for 2 for 2 today.
Going 2 for 2.
2 for 2, man.
All right, Joe. Watch out, Joe.
Watch out now. All right, man. We're at I-42. What do you think? What do you think?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
You gonna let it rock?
I'm gonna let it rock.
All right, that's your call. It's your call. Croissant, I hope I'm saying that right, guys. Croissant says, Jeff, the best thing for that would be a sight glass. It allows you to see if there's any gas in the liquid line. Croissant, that is true. Not the very best or biggest fan of sight glasses, especially for the newest refrigerants, and especially for the inverters, because remember with the inverters, you are going to be modulating that system. Sometimes it won't ramp up all the way, it won't ramp down, and it's one less leak point as well. We want to try to have the least amount of connections as possible. But yes, a sight glass is also an acceptable answer. And then doing work, it says doing work says, do y'all service muffler bearings on home generators? I was charged 621 bucks for two of them. I'm not sure if that's a fair price for two of them. How long did it take, by the way? Doing work, how long did it take? And I will see. And then Ivan says, how many installs did y'all do today?
5. 5
Let's count Dallas,
here, Dallas,
Argyle,
Argyle,
Flower Mound, Lewisville with the condenser in the morning,
5.
and then the line set. But
That's
I
6.
wouldn't count the
You
line
want to count
set.
the line set?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna count the line set. It's 6.
It's 6? Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Let's see. Doing work. I was at work. On the invoice I received, it said 1.5 hours. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to answer that doing work. I would say it's really hard to gauge what a professional charges you, because one, you got to make sure that their knowledge is. It's hard to put a price on it. If they know how to do it right, efficiently, fast, they have the right tools, they have the right insurances, the right guarantees, um, and they can do it quickly. You can't judge them on that. It's different if they didn't have the tools. It's different if they, took forever, or just didn't seem like they knew what they were doing.
Right.
And I would say the biggest part, or the biggest thing that you have to take in consideration is, doing your research. Is that company reputable? Are they local to you? Can you reach out to them if you call them on a Saturday afternoon? Are
After
they going?
they do the work, are they gonna come back? Are they still in business?
Exactly. So, depending on how much work it was or what they have to do to take it apart, I don't know if 600 is out of line for a work like that. Since we don't do generators that much, we have no idea, how to tell you if it was a price or not. $600 doesn't seem, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like it's way out of line, especially if it's maybe 2 hours of work, and they have the right tools and the right warranties and guarantees to it. You
And
might
did
have
it
been
work
okay.
after they did?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a great one. Did it work after they received it? Or after you received the repair? And then Quazan said, how many guys do you guys have running on your team? That's a lot of jobs for one day. That is true. That was just the install department. The question of how many installs we did today. On the service side, we have 3 service techs. We have 2 comfort advisors, a service manager, and then we have 6 install crews in total. And so that's how we're able to make sure that we can get the time to come out and do this, and take care of our customers, guys. Amanda says, what's your preference, 454B or R32?
R32.
Why R32, not 454?
Have you tried getting 454B? But I'll say this, guys. Here's the real answer, right? R32, single blend, okay?
What do you choose?
454B, right now it's hard to get it. It's not a single blend. It's a mixed blend of things going on there. It hasn't had a proven track record either. R32 has been used overseas for some times now. It's over in the States. We know it works. Which one would you rather get? The new stuff on the market that hasn't been tested, or something that has been tested, you can stand by it, and we have plenty of it if you run out of it.
That's true, man. That's great. Let me tell you guys this too, just to kind of touch on what Carter said. Both R32 and 454B, both are the new A2L refrigerants that are in the market. Okay, and the only reason that those two types of refrigerants are in the market is because they both have a low global warming effect. Now, R32, like Carter said, is a single blend refrigerant. That means it only uses one type of chemical, one refrigerant. 454B, it is a mixed refrigerant, and it has R32 in it. 454B uses R32 and YF123, which is the refrigerant that's inside of all modern cars. Now, if you want to get a little bit more technical or political, the reason why here in the States every other brand decided to go different than R32 is because R32 is owned, the patent is owned by Daikin. Daikin, who owns Amana, Goodman, they own the patent to that. So it doesn't take much to think about, well, if I was another manufacturer, why would I buy the refrigerant from my direct competitor? But both are okay, both work, and just 454B right now is really expensive to get because of the manufacturing process of the bottles. R32, on the other hand, we got plenty of that stuff. Quazan said, my local parts store has a surplus of 454. Man, that's crazy. I don't know how many people are buying 450, huh?
That must be pretty rich.
Yeah, it's still, it's slowly trickling back in. We did a bulk purchase of 454B early on before, we had any issues. So we can't get our hands on that. We do have a good supply, but our majority of what we recommend to our customers is going to be 99% is going to be R32 or 410A refrigerant, which has been in the market for 30, 40 plus years now. Amanda said, I install Carrier, which is 454B. Yes, and I haven't had any experiences with R32 yet. Yeah, Carrier, Lennox, Train, pretty much every other manufacturer is going to go with 454B. And guys, as long as you're following the steps necessary to ensure that these units are installed right, especially if you're going to be using 454B, you don't want to have any refrigerant leaks. That means you want to run a good pressure, you want to run a good vacuum, you want to make sure that none of your seals are broken, because if it does leak that refrigerant, not only is it a A2L refrigerant, so remember, it's slightly flammable. That's what those A2L refrigerants are now. That's not good, but you're gonna have to go back and recharge it. And if you use 454B, it's definitely not the cheapest repair that you can make. I remember back in the day, and I mean back in the day, 20 years ago, we can get a drum of 410A for like $50. Guys, it blows my mind. What these
Giving it away,
refrigerants. Yeah, yeah. Quazan said, all these new refrigerants are because the patents expired. Companies can't sell refrigerant if the competitors can't make it for cheap too. True? Where we at?
499.
All right, guys, we're under the 500. I don't know, man.
It's a creeper.
I don't know, man.
It's a creeper. Tell you what, we ain't. What time it is? We ain't there by 6:45. We ain't at 400 by 6:45. We put some nitrogen in.
Yeah.
Remove the rest of the whatever's in there.
All right, guys, this is real world here. So what we're doing now is, as you can tell, we are dropping our vacuum here. It's going really good. We got 492, but this right here is usually indicative that we still have something that's in the line, maybe a little bit of oil, maybe a little bit of whatever it is in there, because it's dropping, but we want to drop just a little bit quicker than that. And if we can, watch, if we close the valves and we open them up like this. Hold on. We'll do a little quick cycle. We're going to open this back up, and then we're going to hit it up with nitrogen. We'll break it, and then this should drop even quicker here. Carter has some. Carter has, tiene. Sí, tiene aceite.
¿La apagamos, pues?
Sí, creo que. ¿Quieres que la ponga? Yeah, y'all do my license.
You have a whole sleeve already?
Yeah. Conchita es conmigo.
Yeah. You like the black?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right, check it out, guys. This is probably going to be the real world experience here. Remember, one of the questions was how many times do we change the vacuum oil? So what we're going to do now is we cut the vacuum. We're going to reshoot it up with pressure, and we're going to change the vacuum oil here to help bring this down a lot quicker. Hey, Jeff, great question, man. Yes, let's talk about that. So here it is. So when we're running our vacuum, well, the very first thing that we got to do is we got to shoot it with nitrogen, right? After we finish brazing, and we got to braze with nitrogen. After we finish brazing with nitrogen, we're going to shoot it up with pressure. We're going to take it up to around 350 to 400 PSI, and we're going to do a little test, a little decay test to see if it holds that pressure. And that tells us that at least, hey, we have no leaks in any of our braze points. After we take that out, we can go two ways. If the lines are fairly new and they're clean and they've been flushed really good, we're going to put our Micron gauge. We're going to run a single hose to our Micron, our vacuum, and then we're going to have our Micron gauge on the liquid side, which is the furthest point from the vacuum. That tells us that that number that we're reading there on the Micron gauge is probably the most accurate number that we can get. So we run it, and what we want to see is that this system drops to at least 1,000 microns, and then we open up the ballast on the actual vacuum, and then that should start to drop it below 500. Now, typically in real world scenarios like we are at right now, we're going to kind of get a feel for it, guys. If you're in the field and you understand this and you've done this thousands and thousands of times, you guys understand that at one point you get to a certain time and you're like, wait a minute, by this time this system, this type of vacuum should already be at here. So when we got below 500 and it was hovering around 492 and it doesn't move, that's the perfect time to say, okay, let's go ahead and cut it. Let's put some more nitro in there and let's try this again, because there could still be a little bit of pocket of oil somewhere in that line that's just not boiling quickly enough and evaporating and letting the vacuum to pull it out. So once we do that, and then the guys right now just changed out the vacuum oil. Fresh oil allows the system here, or the vacuum, to work a little bit more efficient as well. Do they got the nitro already? The nitrogen? Oh, Carter went to the shop to grab the other vacuum. All right, with fresh oil before we drop the nitro, let's see. All right, guys, do you see how quickly that's dropping now? Check this out.
It was 5,000.
So once we get this to 1,000 microns here, we're gonna drop the ballast on the vacuum, and you'll see how the noise changes. Hold on. So here's the ballast. Now watch this. When it changes, check out how it sounds. Are we under 1,000? Ready? That gurgling goes away, and this vacuum now starts to pull deeper and deeper and deeper. And let's check out where we're at. Look at that, guys. We're at 700 and dropping quickly. This is real world, guys. Timing is so important. The moment you feel it, the moment you see it, like, yo, hold on, it's not pulling quickly, it's not doing its thing, just stop it, change it, figure something out, because these units should drop pretty quickly. Look at that, we're already at 690. It's a good sign. What do you guys think of the new shirts? Check it out. Red. Get the logo nice and blacked out. I think it looks really cool. What do you guys think? Croissant. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. We're at 620. I still think um, I still think we might still have to run one more nitro through it, but we might not. We might not. It's already, I mean, at 575, it's dropping. It's dropping. Well, actually, we might not. What do you think, Turkey? Think we got it?
I think we got it.
It's looking like it's dropping quickly now.
You know how the oil is.
Yeah. Thank you guys. If you're just tuning into this live, thank you guys. Everybody that's tuning in, that's watching, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for being a part of this journey here with us. Thank you for everybody that's commenting, asking questions. You know, if we don't know the answer, guys, we're gonna find the answer for y'all, and thank y'all so much for that. It really means a lot. How many nitrogen do you use in an install? Well, every installer has 2 to 3 nitrogen bottles, you know, depending on how many jobs they do in a day. We do have our own nitrogen and gas in our shop, so we get replacements or replenishments on those twice a week. And, you know, the nitrogens are shared across not only the installers, but all the service departments, so they go through a lot of bottles, just like this one here, guys. Guys, all the installers here too, we have our adapter here that allows us to either purge it or run our nitro through. We're back to 492, back to where we started. Oh, that sounded good. That dropped it. You hear that? Turkey, when do you do your horse racing, man?
Huh?
When do you do your racing?
I'm gonna be on Lone Star.
Huh?
I'm gonna be on Lone Star this year.
Do you do racing like you guys?
No. Oh, vaya. Así es 62.
All right, guys, we're at 462. It's dropping. It's dropping, not the fastest, but we're starting to remove a lot of that. Just one? Yeah. Control of one?
Sí, dice que en el resto, en el board, ya que no te la agrega uno, le agrega uno más.
All right, guys, check it out. We're gonna go ahead and stop this again. We're gonna purge it one more time with nitrogen.
más.
Okay.
Se pega.
Yeah.
Para que cuando lo queramos sacar, tomarlo de...
Mhm.
¿Cómo sabemos cuándo tiene?
No importa. Ya sabemos que está la presión aguanta.
Mejor con alcohol y
Mhm.
aceite.
Yes, sir. Tranca ese ahí. Está cerrado. Ready? ¿Cómo se siente? Ok, échale en esta. Ábrela, bro. All right, y'all, if y'all are tuning in, we're out here in Lewisville, Texas, and we are installing a Samsung Hilix dual fuel inverter system. Right now, we are in the purging vacuum state. So we're breaking this vacuum 3 times. We got nitrogen flowing 3 times, and that's to ensure that we can drop the microns down to 250 microns. Thank you guys for tuning in. Take over that. Okay. All right. This is the Micron tool that we use. Okay. From Field Piece, Bluetooth. It pairs up with the Job Link app, or you can just see it right here through the screen. Hmm. All right, let's give this a whirl one more time here. All right, once we get this here below 1,000, we're gonna close off the ballast, let this thing go into a deep vacuum. This is pulling really good, really fast right now, guys. Check it out. All right. Francisco Tejeda. Hey, man, thank you for joining the live. Have a great day, you as well. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. It's a vacuum. Chill, bro. So Santana. It is a vacuum. We take it serious. Thank you for tuning into the live, though. So Santana, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the comment. All right, guys, let's check it out. 835. We're dropping. We're dropping. It's definitely moving a lot quicker here. Like to usually go with a single hose, but we might be going double hose here just to make sure we remove everything. Jeff said, have you ever installed a UV disinfection light into forced air ducts? If so, any advice on where it goes? Jeff, we do. We do the APCO X UV light air purification system, and that goes inside of the, depending if it's an air handler or if it's a coil. If it's a box coil, we're going to put that UV light shining on the coil, because that's what the UV lights are meant for. They're meant to disinfect surface area. Then you got to have an air cleaner, and that's what helps with VOCs, smell, smoke, all that stuff. But honestly, by the way, before you even consider any kind of UV lights or anything like that, your filtration and your duct work has to be important, because those two things really do help amplify how well that UV light works. So we did a nitro test, by the way, Carter. We did a nitro test, or not nitro test, nitro flush, and we changed the oil.
Okay.
And we are now dropping again at 677, 672. So I'm thinking we'll put a, let's put that double hose, or put that hose in there now too, that new one. Yeah, let's keep that one clean. All right. What size is that one?
Same size, bitch.
Okay, so we can go on that side right there. Hold on, hold on. We can go, actually, let's close off both of these. Like that, like that. All right, turn it off. And let's put our Micron gauge right here. And then that second one on the other side. We're gonna double hose it now. Nope.
No.
Micron have the depressor in there? Okay. Flip it over to us so we can see it. There you go.
I'm gonna take these. And
No, the other one. I think it's the other one. La otra. Yeah. That's a thick hose, bro.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm on YouTube right now. Yeah. Baby. I'm gonna take them and put them in mine.
Yep.
Set it up.
So Santana, yes sir, 100% agree. That's why we remove both cores. You don't want to have any core in there. You want that flow to be as interrupted as possible. Sometimes we just have oils in the lines and we do our best to flush it out. So we're gonna go now with the double hose here.
Alright, double check that one. Make sure we got both of these cords up.
We do.
I know we got this one. What the other one is?
¿Dónde el otro centro?
What's in your pocket?
Professional work, my guy, true. Yes, sir. So Santana, thank you. I gotta answer this. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, we're back to the live. Let's take a look here. Huh?
Thumbs up.
Done.
That's crazy.
236.
That's crazy. How did that happen?
The power of a double hose.
Yes, sir.
I think, this is like when you need help, like,
So fact, somebody come help you.
yeah, come somebody come help you. It was just stronger.
But you know when you and somebody both want something.
All right, guys, now that we have purged it, we done put both of our hoses. We're able to get this vacuum to do what we need it to do, which is drop below 250 microns. And as you can tell right now, we are at 216 and dropping. So we might get to that 199 that both of you guys said. 199. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at. So Santana said, good luck with the install. Peace out, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate the comment. Peace out, man. Be safe out there. Turkey, what do you think, man? We're good now? Easy peasy? Okay.
We don't say that.
No?
We don't say
We did a lot
easy.
of times and we never let it go, so we were holding it. So,
Yeah.
like,
That's true, right?
One thing I don't say.
Check it out, guys. We're gonna get under 200. So once we get this under 200, what I want to do, Carter, is let's close out both valves and let's see if it holds. Okay? Yeah. Damn.
It always do that because that's the true reading or something like that. It's gonna bounce back up and then it's gonna drop. And now watch, it's gonna start fighting back against it. That's where it's really at.
When you run a very deep vacuum quickly, what happens is it builds up inside the moisture that's inside the lines. Remember, when you're running a vacuum, let's open them back up. That's good though. 461, yeah. Let's open them up again. Keep going. What happens is that moisture that's inside the line pretty much freezes up, guys, and it just affects the system very quickly here. So we got to keep running it, keep flushing it, keep going through its thing, and then we're gonna get really clear to opening these units up. So we're almost there, guys.
What's that?
Firecracker.
Oh, okay.
We are in Lewisville, but we're in the good part right now.
what's going on?
Turkey, you got your phone? Go to our YouTube page. I want to see if this is muted or not real quick.
I think it's muted.
Is it?
I was looking at.
What about now?
Hey,
Hold on. You might be able to hear me there. What about now? Oh yeah. There you go. I think I was muted the whole time.
you were. You were.
All right, guys, we're back. We're at 157 microns. We're definitely dropping well below the 250. So now we're gonna get ready to shut this off, shut the vacuum off, and open up both of our lines here. You don't got other Allen
No,
wrenches?
this is not the one. Do we have the brake down? The brake is off, right?
Yeah, breaker's off, and the breaker in the garage is also turned off.
For the air handler, too.
Yeah, it's off for the air handler too. You got a hold on before you open it. Let me get a photo real quick. Carter, let's do the video on the Micron real quick. I can't get it off my phone. Yes, sir.
Go on. Alright, so you go like innovation, close it up, close that one, close that one. Alright, this will jump a little bit just because this is the true reading. We're still here. Go ahead. Okay.
Open it. Open it. Open it. Open it.
Open it.
Yep. All right, guys. Passed the vacuum test. We got it down below 250. Now we're gonna open up the lines. I was muted the whole time we talked to Joe, by the way. We gotta call him back. We gotta call him back, bro. Open all the way?
That's all the way. Make sure that's all the way.
Good?
No.
There you go. All right, let's get our hoses off. Let's turn on the Turkey, did you already power up the inside?
Not yet.
Did we bring a thermostat?
Yeah,
Yes.
thermostat is
Okay.
I need power so I can
How many wire do we have on that thermostat?
5.
Ooh. Is there a way to run? Where's the thermostat located at?
right there across from it.
Like, can we do it like right on the side?
Yeah, if we need it.
Vincent said, "What's up, guys? What are you guys doing? Guys, what are you doing? Hey, we're installing a Samsung Hylex here in Lewisville, Texas. Thank you for tuning in."
Yeah, if we need to, though, we can.
Okay,
We need
I
to.
think we need to so we can make this a heat pump. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to. Can it go like right next to like the wall?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like where the unit is here, there's a wall right here. Can we just new wire right there?
Turkey. We can run new thermostat wire right there to the wall, can't it?
And set it in.
Like on the side?
Instead of like making it be put the thermostat across from it, we just put it right beside the unit. We can do that. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Because how did you wire up the O?
He did it.
Didn't put O. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if he's okay with that. Okay. Just ask him first. Say, hey, you okay with us putting it over here? I think that'll be the best thing, so we can put it into the to that heat pump. Okay. All right, we got both cores in. Now we're gonna test to make sure we don't have any leaks on our core. Slowly. Boom. Perfect. Like magic. Nope, no, no. Yeah, those won't work. All right, guys, we're gonna go and check inside, and then we'll be right back.
Eres la mera perra, pues ya me faltan cositas. No vas a andar de pinche argüendero que yo le dije a Tuki, que yo le dije que lo dejamos praga, porque siempre deja la culpa a mí, no deja ni verga. ¿Y qué? Lo extra lo dejamos. ¿Y qué? ¿Cómo es qué? De la cama. ¿Cómo es ahí? Pues te digo, no van a echar la culpa a mí. Ven, así que pachuchal trae nada. Ahí tienes una, ahí tienes otra.
Que le valga verga, ¿no? ¿Quién las trae? ¿Qué onda?
También.
Good. Hose? Hose? Yes, sir. Ah, gracias, gracias.
All right, guys. So we are at the tail end of this installation. My battery's about to die on my phone. I'm so sorry. I wish I could keep this live going all the way through. But again, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Every viewer that came in on this live, I hope you got something out of it. I hope you were entertained. I hope you learned something. And gosh, it just thank y'all for joining and commenting and just being part of this video with us, guys. I'm going to go ahead and log out of this live here and watch these guys finish through, get this customer up and running as quickly as possible. But tomorrow's a new day, guys. We already have a couple of installs lined up for the morning, and I will continue to upload, like I said, hopefully once a day for the rest of the month here, guys. Thank you for being part of this journey. Prime family, like always, stay cool, stay comfortable, and we'll catch you on the next one.